Hello everyone, welcome to OCI training by Unogeeks. In the previous video, we've seen how to create users in IAM. In this video, we'll see how to create groups in OCI. In the previous video, I've explained why do we need groups, because they're typically used to manage permissions for the users, because it would be really difficult to manage permissions at a user level. But instead, what we do is we typically group them together. We group users on the basis of what they do. If they are if he's a developer, you put him into developer group. If he's an administrator, you put him into admin group. So that's what you normally do, and then you assign permissions to the group so that the users who are part of that group will be able to perform those activities. So if it's a developer group, you would give him the developer access that would be required on various services. And in this video, let's see how to create a group in OCI. And it's slightly complicated here than what you think, because you have to create groups at two levels or on two pages. Okay, so you have to create a group in IDCS first, Identity Cloud Service, and that's where we created user in the previous video, and you assign user to that group in IDCS. And when you come back into OCI console, you would notice that group that you created in IDCS wouldn't appear in OCI. And yeah, it's done for a very specific reason. You wouldn't see the groups created in IDCS in OCI. So what we normally do is, or what is expected of you is to create a group in OCI as well, probably with a similar name. And you would add a mapping between the OCI group and IDCS group in the federation. So in the federation, you have an option to map the group. So you map the group that you have created in IDCS with a group that you created in OCI. And why do we have to do this mapping? Because eventually you're going to assign permissions to the OCI group, to the group that you created in OCI, not to the group created in IDCS. But for the users that you have created in IDCS to be able to perform the actions or the permissions given to the OCI group, this mapping needs to be done. The IDCS group needs to be mapped to the OCI group. And let's see how to do it. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do three things here. We're going to create a group in IDCS, group in OCI, and we're going to link them up together. Okay, let's get started. I'm logging into OCI console now. And how do you access IDCS? You have to go into identity and security, and you have to go to a federation. Okay, and you need to click on this Oracle Identity Cloud Service, and you have a console link in there. Just click on it to access admin console. You could probably bookmark it, but the reason I'm not accessing this link via bookmark is I want to show you guys the navigation as well. Okay, so but when you do it in real time, you access this URL for the first time, bookmark it, so that you don't have to go through those 3 or 4 steps to reach this place. And in here, yes, we did create users earlier. Yeah, we have created a user. We have seen how to log into it, and we have talked about the policies that are available in there. Let's go ahead and create a group here. Okay, looks like something is going wrong there. Yeah, the groups are coming up. Okay, let me try it one more time. Yeah, just accesses IDCS from a different browser. For some reason, it was not showing up in Chrome earlier. Yeah, we did create users in the previous video. Let's go ahead and create a group now. And we're creating this group in IDCS console now. Let's go ahead and add the group. And let's say this is a group of network admins. So you could add them, create them that way. Give it a name. You can say demo network admins. And you could also tick this box so that users can directly send in requests to join this particular group. If you want to let users be able to request access to this group, you could tick this. Otherwise, you could leave it blank. And you click on next, and you could pick and choose which users you want to assign to this particular group. Yes, let's add in that new user that we have created, assign him to this group, because yes, he's a network administrator, and I want to give him or I want to put him into that new group that I'm creating now, which is a network admins group. So go ahead and create it, finish. You could see that a group has been created now. But this group, yeah, you've created this group in IDCS. And what you need to do is to give permissions to this group, you won't be able to give permissions. You won't be able to attach policies to the group in IDCS. Okay, so let's start from the granular level. For this user or for any user to be able to perform anything within the application, so to launch a compute instance or create a VCN, they would need to have the policies attached. Okay, they need to have policies attached, which will give them permissions to do some action. And you cannot attach policies to a group that you have created in IDCS. So what you have to do is you have to go back to OCI. I'm back in OCI console now. And if you go into identity and security, you see that there is an option called groups in there. So you have to create a group in here. Okay, we should have probably renamed this. I believe we will be able to change the name of it. We could call it as OCI demo network admins. And I want to give a prefix OCI in there because I want to map this group to a demo network admins group that I'm going to create in OCI. Okay, so I'm creating this group in IDCS, and I'm going to map this to this particular group name in the OCI. So that's why I've prefixed OCI in there. And I go into OCI console now, and I'll go ahead and create a group, and I'll paste in the group name there. Okay, and you could say this is a group of network administrators. And you can go ahead and create it. And this would create a group within OCI. And all you have to do is you have to add user to the group. Okay, you could add user to the group. So here we have created the group in IDCS, and we have added user to that group. And let's also add the same user here to this group as well. So you click on this. Yeah, you don't have to do it here, because if you want to add user to the group here, you would only be able to access OCI users and add them to the group here. And you normally don't create users in here using the create user button. Even if you try to do it, it will show you that yes, create user in IDCS, that is recommended, rather than creating as a user directly within OCI. Okay, and that is what we have done earlier. We created user in IDCS. And what we need to do is we've created two groups. We've created this group OCI demo network admins group in IDCS, and this is basically, and we want to map this to a demo network admins group that we have created in console. Okay, how do we do it? You go back into Federation, go to Identity Cloud Service. If you scroll down, you will have a group mapping option there. You go in there and you can add mappings there. And you can select the OCI group name, group that you have created in OCI, sorry, in IDCS, Identity Provider Group. And that is where we have created this OCI demo network admins group, right? You map it to the demo network admins group here. So this is where we are mapping a group created in IDCS with a group that you have created in OCI. Go ahead and add the mappings. So once you add these mappings, whatever permissions you assign to, whatever permissions you assign to demo network admins group, those permissions will cascade to the IDCS group, and all the users who are part of that IDCS group will be able to perform those actions. And yeah, I know I can understand it is slightly confusing. Why two-step process? Why is it that we are creating groups at multiple levels, and why do we have to map this? Yeah, but that's how it works at the moment. Okay, so Initially, it might sound confusing, but once you do it, if you create a couple of groups, you get used to that process. To keep it simple, you have to create a group in IDCS, assign users to that group, and but what you usually do is you will assign policies, which are nothing but permissions to perform specific actions within the cloud application. You attach those policies to the groups in OCI. Okay, so you attach those policies to the groups in OCI. So that's why you create a group in OCI, you assign permissions, policies to that group, and then if you want to give that permission, or if you want to give the privileges that you assign to that particular group to the users who are part of a specific group in OCI, that's when you have to map those groups together in the federation. So what did we do? We created two groups, one group in IDCS, one group in OCI, and we have added a mapping between those groups in the group mappings. So if I go ahead and assign a policy to demo network admins, that will be applicable for OCI demo network groups. Okay, so whatever users, or all the users who are part of this OCI demo network admins, which is created in IDCS, there's only one user at the moment, info@unogeeks.com. So if I attach a policy to this OCI group to let user manage a virtual network family within the tenancy, that will, since this group is mapped to OCI demo network admins, and since info@unogeeks.com is part of that group, this user will be able to create VCN and manage the network, a virtual cloud network, a virtual family network within OCI. Okay, so in the next video, I don't want to make this one too big. So in the next video, I'll show you how to create policies, how to create authorization policies and attach them to group in OCI, so that users get that required access to perform their activities. Because of course, when they log in, they should be able to do their job, right? A network administrator, what would be their job? Their job would be to create VCNs, manage subnets, and all that stuff. So unless you give them appropriate access, they won't be able to do it. How do you grant them access? You grant them access by attaching policies to the groups in OCI, not in IDCS. Okay, in the next video, we'll see how to write policies and grant permissions to users in OCI. Please join me in the next one. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. In case you're interested in OCI training offered by Unogeeks, just give us a ring on this number. Thank you.